Hello, everyone. This is Gabriel here, one half of Ultimate Blackman Radio. I hope everyone is doing well. For everyone that is new to the channel, I do want to thank you all for stopping by, and giving us a listen. If you could, hit the thumbs up button. Also, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to the subscribe button so you will be notified when we go live or post new content. Again, family, we are very, very close to hitting our 1,000 subscriber mark, and we do want to appreciate everybody that is sharing our content and getting it out there and liking the videos, because that helps get it in the YouTube algorithm so others can hear. So we just want to thank everyone for their support. I'm not going to take up a lot of time doing the introduction. I want to get straight into the game here. So without further ado, here we go. So on today's podcast, we will be listening to a conversation I had with a feminist. So I was on Instagram perusing around, and I came across a live that was discussing my podcast in regards to Lori Harvey and the hoe phase. And the girl you'll see here in just a second is told me that I was the inspiration for that particular Instagram live she was doing. So I hopped on the Instagram live and kind of gave my 2 cents on the hoe phase and how it related to Lori Harvey. We could not finish the conversation though, so that actually sparked a new conversation to come about. So what you're about to hear here is a conversation between me and a feminist. She is a self-proclaimed feminist, very young girl, very beautiful sister, by the way. And we have a conversation about feminism and the whole phase. And we just chop up some good games. So she did kind of edit it a bit. So there are some things I said that are not in this clip, but I'll address that towards the end. This clip is about 25 minutes long, and it is on video here. I did screen record it via Instagram TV, so you will be able to see that there. Definitely want you guys to pay attention to what is being said from her, and pay attention to the points I raise in regards to her counter arguments. Those will be really, really important. Her Instagram name is Her Third Eye, and I is spelled just Y. So shout out to her. I told her that she's more than welcome to come on my platform and we can have this same conversation on YouTube. So I hope she agrees to come over and we have this conversation. But anyway, without further ado, I am actually going to show you guys the conversation between me and this self-proclaimed feminist that we had on the whole phase and feminism. So hope you guys enjoy, and we'll come back with some follow-up words after the conversation.
But this time I'm actually gonna post this on IGTV. So we basically have to like reintroduce the topic and everything. But you're way better at that than I am. So
Okay.
Sure. I got you. All right. So, so basically, everyone, what we were discussing is I made a video some time ago discussing the whole phase, and I correlated it with Lori Harvey. And so the discussion was, why should the phase that women go through when they're exploring their sexuality be titled the whole phase? So I explained, which is, again, the whole phase is just basically a time in a woman's life where she is exploring her sexual identity, or she's being a quote-unquote free spirit. I think that's what y'all call it. A free sexual spirit.
I don't think it's a phase. I mean, that's how I see it.
You just say, okay, it's cool. But I give it a title of it being phase, because most women, when they get tired of their whole phase, they're ready to square up. If we call it squaring up, meaning settle down and get a husband.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Right.
nothing wrong with that. But my issue and my concern is that when women come out of the phase, Black women come out with baggage. Other groups of women do not come out of the phase with baggage. So
Okay.
that's the big thing.
Right. So you believe that every woman, right, like you said before, this is something that he personally believes every woman goes through. A phase where they're basically just hoeing. And by hoeing, he means having casual sex or just sleeping around, which to me, I just consider it dating or exploring. But the problem with it, the problem that he sees in the whole phase, even though he agrees that it's something acceptable, the problem he sees with it is that after a woman goes through that phase, she is then less worthy of a serious relationship, serious commitment with a man. Like her market value is decreased, basically.
If she comes out with baggage.
Because what is it that you consider baggage?
Kids, emotional trauma, spiritual trauma.
Okay, but doesn't everybody have baggage, even if you don't have kids?
Yes, but it's more manageable. Um, and to be honest,
Explain.
children is the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Men today, I'm sorry to let women know, the day of men wanting to raise another man's children, that is coming to an end. Other groups of men do not do this. Black men have been shamed into doing it, and we're no longer doing it. So that's the
I
biggest.
mean,
That's the biggest one.
when it comes to that, there are also a lot of women who wouldn't want to be in a relationship with a man that has kids.
Absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
I feel like that's a whole nother conversation that we're not about to get into. The point
That's
is,
fine.
my biggest problem with him is that, first of all, let's clarify something. You believe that men also have a whole phase, right? Like you are
Yes,
sane enough, logical enough to accept that, right?
absolutely, absolutely. It's called the player stage.
Right, the player stage. And here's my problem with it.
Okay.
A man is allowed to do that
Mm-hmm.
and come out with his baggage
Mm-hmm.
without having his value or worth decreased, right?
True.
In your
Yeah,
eyes. But a woman
absolutely.
can't. So
No,
I'm supposed to be okay with a man bringing all the baggage or even kids from his whole phase, but I can't.
not
But
necessarily.
I'm
So
not allowed to
again,
do that, right?
as I stated yesterday, as a woman, you have every right to tell a man, you have baggage, I don't want to date you.
Mm-hmm.
However, most of the time, women do not do that. You guys are okay with accepting it. And I said yesterday it's because by nature you're more nurturing and you're more forgiving than us men.
Do you really think that it's because we're more nurturing and more forgiving? Do you think we have a
Absolutely.
choice?
Yes, you do have a choice.
And
Women
what do
can.
you think it's you see, I don't think it's because we're more nurturing. I think it's because women um, often feel like they have to be more submissive to a
Mhm.
man. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, women need to be submissive. You have to be in order for the relationship to work out.
Do you think that your rejection, the fact that you can't accept to be with any woman who has any quote unquote baggage or whole phase that you're aware of, has anything to do with your insecurities
No,
as a man or ego? Because I
ego,
can
yes,
admit that women do feel like they have to often feel like they have to be more submissive to a man.
right,
And I think that's why a lot of times we put ourselves in that position of taking whatever
hmm
bullshit, whatever baggage you guys have to do.
right. Insecurities, no. Ego, yes. Men have ego. I have a big ass ego. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's how I was designed to be. Men who are really, really successful, the ones y'all want to sleep with, they have enormous egos. Enormous ego. So with that ego, yeah, there are certain things these men are not going to want to tolerate. And when a woman is going through her whole phase, she's not necessarily looking for a man that can produce. She's looking for a man that's fun, that's very, very attractive, that kind of meets her physical, like physically she's attracted to him. That's what she's looking for in the whole phase. And usually those guys are your players. I call them cute, or I refer to them as cute hobos, thugs, pookies, ray rays.
Some women do, but I don't think that's always the case.
Okay.
But is it the fact, is it your idea that women who go through a whole phase are usually involving themselves with bums? Is it that makes these women less valuable to you? Is
When
it the
they deal
fact that
with
they were
bums?
with these guys? Yeah.
Okay, that's a really good question. Not so much that they were with the guy, but when they get with these men, again, they have baggage. And again, those baggage are kids and debt. A lot of women go into debt dealing with these dudes. So those are the two big ones, the two major ones.
But
A
that's
lot
such
of
a big assumption
emotional
to
trauma.
make. It's just not factual. That's just something that you can't say. Okay, and what is it about men's baggage, about the baggage that men carry from their player phase
What about it?
that makes it acceptable?
It's not necessarily, again,
Oh,
it's
you don't
not.
think it's acceptable at all?
No,
You just
no.
think it's okay because women will take it anyway.
They'll take this because women will accept it. Again, if you don't want to accept their baggage, you don't have to. I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm not gonna sit here and tell men, yeah, don't accept them single moms and all them damn kids. And then I tell you, well, he was just going through his player phase. You need to accept his kids and his baggage. I'm not gonna tell you that. That make me a hypocrite.
And you don't see I don't even want to go into the discussion of single moms, because
I got
I
you.
think that is a
That's a
whole
whole
nother
nother can of worms.
conversation.
It is.
And you've admitted that it is a matter of ego that allows you to think of the way you do.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think it's a lot more than that, but I do think that it is ego. And you also said that it's ego that you're entitled to, which I think is the most important part, because men
Right.
are entitled to their ego. Well, male entitlement is a result of the patriarchy. So, I mean, how much I can blame you for the way you think, I don't know, because you were born with your privilege, the privilege of being a straight male. I do think that in this day and age, it's not acceptable, just based on my views, not acceptable because there's so much information out there, and I feel like men who choose to think the way that you do are ignorant, or
I know you do. Again, as I
I'm just
told you
saying what
yesterday,
I think about, your
I know.
views. Because this is
And
all about sharing views. So, like, you're sharing your views, and I'm just trying to understand more about your views. It's not even necessarily a debate. We're just, exchanging views. But I do understand where your ignorance would come from, because you want to keep your privilege. Isn't that the whole point of the patriarchy? A man wants to keep their privilege. But then again, I feel like your reluctance to accept any sort of like equality when it comes to women's sexual lives is rooted in insecurity.
Okay.
It has to be.
I'm going to say something, and a lot of your
I
followers are
feel
not
like
going
the
to like
reason
it.
that, and
I'm
if
going
a
to say it
woman needs
anyway,
to be
though.
called a hoe, no wait, let me just finish. Because I do feel like the woman that the reason why you need to call this woman a hoe is because making it okay for women to just be out here living their best lives, and making that okay would be a threat to your position. It would be a threat to your ego. You don't think so?
No.
Because this woman is now not insecure to the point where she's in a position where, like you said, she feels like she has to be submissive to a man. A woman who is comfortable with that, a society who accepts that, is going to have less submissive women. But that's because society is not okay with it, because there are men and women, there are people like you who will shame me for this. So not only do you am I looked at as a woman who is less worthy of, I'm also going to start to look at myself like that.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
So it has to come down to your insecurities, because you want to keep me in that position. You want to keep me submissive.
Yeah, women need to submit to their men in a relationship. Absolutely. What's wrong with submission? Why?
Okay,
Why
the
do
internet
women
keeps
have?
cutting off. The internet keeps cutting off. Hold up. Okay, can you say that again?
Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with submission? What's wrong with submission? What's wrong with a woman submitting to her man?
Is taking your baggage. Is being okay with taking baggage that you would not be able to take from me. It's just not having equality. It's not having an equal say. It's feeling like I have to take a bunch of shit from you that I shouldn't have to. That I shouldn't have to feel, not even that I shouldn't have to, that I shouldn't have to feel like I have to. What's wrong with submission is the insecurity that's rooted in it.
So you feel like women should
That's
submit to
rooted.
their men? You feel like women shouldn't submit to their men?
Of course, that's basically what I've been saying this whole time. There's a difference between compromise and submission, and I think you're trying to get me to be confused by those two.
Not
But
at
no, in
all.
this case, we're not talking about compromise. We're talking about proper submission.
In order
Just
for
because like you said, I have to ask you the same question. I have to ask you the same question then, because you said that it's not okay for you to take a woman with baggage.
uh-huh. But submitting to me doesn't mean you have to take on my baggage. What is it? What does you submitting to me and my male leadership have to do with you taking on my baggage?
You don't feel like that's something you have to do?
No.
Exactly. Because you feel you have the privilege. You have the privilege to stand for what you believe in.
Right. Women can too.
Submission is me is me giving away that power to you.
Submission for a woman is just a woman who is trusting her man to lead. That's all it is.
Submission is what?
A woman trusting her man to lead. Women, black women, women, anybody. You have when you're on a job, you have to submit to your boss. If you don't submit to your boss, you lose your job. You can't go on your job talking crazy to your boss. He's gonna look at you like you're crazy, and he's gonna say, "Have a good day." So it's really funny when I
Okay,
hear.
that's what I was.
It's funny when I hear
And you
sisters
feel
talk
like you
about.
won't. And you feel like a woman has to submit to you.
Yeah, she needs to submit to me.
Right. So there's an element of insecurity in that.
If she does, see, this is the thing. Because again, I believe in traditional gender roles. We're
Why?
fucked up in society now because we have the women want equality. And the thing is, y'all want equality until it's time to pay bills, time to fight wars, it's time to do hands dirty. Y'all want equality till it's time to do that.
Who said that?
That's again, you saying you want equality. You want
Yeah,
equality,
but who
right?
said that? Who said that?
That's how most of you guys think.
I mean,
Like,
it's
okay,
2020. I mean, no, it's not most of us. There are still a lot of women who think the exact same way that you do.
that's a good thing.
And I think that
That's a
they're
good
indoctrinated into
thing. Okay.
thinking that way. But I don't think that in this day and age, 2020, it is fair for you to be saying like that. When we have so many women in the army, we have so many women.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let's just say me and you get married and we have kids and you get tired of my big ass. You're like, you know what? Fuck you, Gabe. I'm divorcing you.
Mm-hmm,
But you make more money than me.
mm-hmm.
Do you think you should pay alimony? Or should I pay alimony? I should pay alimony, right?
I mean, I should.
You should pay
I should.
alimony.
Mm-hmm.
You sure about that? Because see, when I bring that
No,
up,
I'm sure about that. I'm sure
because
about that. The same way when I go on a date, I have to insist on paying my half of the bill. I am so sure about that.
oh, so you're
You're
50-50,
actually
huh?
living in a society where that's a thing. I'm
Okay,
so sure about that.
let me say this. I did a broadcast on feminists. Well, I did the 5 archetypes men should avoid it. And it's funny you saying that because I'm sure we're screen recording this, and I hope you send this to me when we're done. I want to insert this. I said under feminists because I want people to know what I'm talking about. I said feminists are 50-50. This is how they lure you in. And then once they get to their hands on you, they end up switching up. So you cool with 50-50, like splitting the bills and all that, right?
Okay, here's the thing. We're not talking about fake feminism. We're not talking about women who only want to be feminists when it is convenient to them.
Okay.
We're not
Yep.
talking about women.
Uh-huh.
We're not talking about women who are looking for
Mhm.
supremacy. We're
Okay.
talking about women who are genuinely. We're talking about, personally. I'm someone who's genuinely looking for equality.
You're generally looking for equality. You want it all across the board,
Genuinely, yeah.
and you don't want to submit to
Well,
your man.
that's what I strive for,
Okay.
and that's what we're talking about. So don't try to make me look crazy.
I'm
I know
not.
what I want.
I'm not trying to make
I know
you
what
look
I
crazy.
want because
I just
it's
know the
much
game.
easier. It's much easier to have these conversations when you get to gaslight the feminist
I mean, I just
and
know
make
the
her
game.
look like she's crazy.
I just know the game.
Honestly, because people do like to portray women who are literally just fighting for equality as women who are striving for like privilege or supremacy, and at least for me that's not the case. So it wouldn't be
But,
relevant to our
but why
conversation.
do you as a woman want to be equal to a man? Our roles are completely different.
Because I know that I'm worthy of. That's why.
So you're fine. So right now we're in the middle of a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
So you're fine during the heavy lifting men are supposed to do, the protecting, the providing. You're okay with it.
We already do that.
Okay.
You guys just can't acknowledge it. We already do that. You don't feel
Because
like
you,
women
you
do that?
choose to. And you want to know what's funny?
We do
I
more
saw,
than that.
I saw a post on
Because we
Facebook.
do that, and then we have
Can you hear me?
Black women are the most educated group in America. You're aware
It
of that.
doesn't matter.
And I'm not making assumptions like you. Like that's facts.
No, I know it is
Black
fact.
women
You and
are
I'm
the
going to give
most
you a fact too.
educated group in America.
I'm going to give you a
And
fact too.
white
You're the
women,
poorest
and
group in America too.
unlike
You're
white
the
women,
poorest group in
black
America.
women,
In America, Black
mhm.
women are the most educated. you're also the poorest group in the country. You have the least amount of wealth, even less than black men. So
I
how
don't
is
see the
feminism
connection.
working?
I don't see the connection.
You don't see the connection
I
between
mean,
being the
feminism
most
is in white
educated and
women's
the
favor.
poorest?
Feminism is in white women's favor, first of all.
It is.
Because feminism in itself is racist. So again.
So why would you want a construct that is designed for white women? Why would you as a black woman want to participate in it?
Well, I refuse to participate in that type of feminism, first of all. To me, feminism is inclusive. So
Okay.
again, we're not talking about fake feminism.
Okay.
We're not talking about non-inclusive feminism. We're not talking about racist feminism.
I mean, listen, sister, but your tune gonna change in a few years. It don't change. I know it is. Cause I got plenty of beautiful sisters like you in my inbox now asking me if they can be more feminist. So your tune's gonna change. It might take you 10 years, but it's gonna change. And you'll be on my
I
channel
mean, I
every
don't think
fourth.
that's the direction that the world is moving in. Luckily for a lot of us, for a lot of women it is, but I would hope not.
You're gonna change.
And
I know you are. You're gonna change. I know you are. Because feminism, it'll never work out. Let me say this. Patriarchy isn't going anywhere.
I don't think you're gonna change. I would hope your children and your children's children would be hope to change. Would change.
My desire is for black people to move forward together as a collective. We cannot do that, and we have women on the team talking about feminism and being equal. There's nothing wrong with submitting to your man. It does not mean you're a prisoner. It does not mean you're a slave. It just means you know your position on the team. Other groups of women understand this. Even white feminists that you guys listen to and follow, they go home to their white husbands and submit to their white husbands. We saw that in the election of 2016 when both white women, including feminists, put Donald Trump in the office.
Okay.
So black women are still buying into this fun game of equality.
Okay. Okay, there's just so much to go into, so much that you're saying at once. All I have to say is that, woman, know your worth. I pray that you have the confidence to own your worth and not be threatened by another man's insecurity.
Okay.
That's what I have to say.
That's
And that
what you
was
got
our
to say.
discussion. Thank you so much.
You want to listen? I have a YouTube channel. I would love to have you to come on my channel and let this chop up game. I think you're a sweet girl. I really do. But I'd love you to come on my channel and talk about this sometime. And
You
thank you
guys
for
let me
that.
know in the comment section.
All right, that's it. That is the entire conversation between me and a feminist. How'd you guys like that? Y'all let me know in the chat how you guys like the conversation, and let me know in the comments as well. Couple things I want to point out. So first and foremost, do you see how gorgeous this girl is? You can tell she's kind of tall, and she's chocolate as she can be. Look like she's been dipped in Hershey's chocolate. Beautiful smile, full lips, flat stomach, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And I told you guys, see, these are the feminists that you guys get caught up with. They look just like her. Petite, small, kind of charming. She's a little shy, but a lot of them are real charming. Those are the ones that get you niggas caught up. Those are the ones that get you caught up. They wrap their little legs around you, and After they do that, they ensnare you with their feminist ideology. Couple things here I want to point out too here. Notice how she used shaming tactics to try and counter the argument about being masculine or having an ego or just having a standard. She actually referred to me having the standard of not wanting to accept a woman's physical baggage like kids. She referred to that as an insecurity. And what a lot of these chicks do, they hate men with egos and men that are secure within themselves, because they cannot manipulate men like that. Feminists are very manipulative. I mentioned this in the last show I did about the 5 archetypes. Feminists are very manipulative, and they cannot manipulate you if you stand firm within yourself, if you believe in yourself, and if you have standards. This is why she kept bringing up ego and insecurities, because what she truly desires is a man that does not have an ego and that is insecure, so she can control and manipulate that man. So I want you to notice the shaming tactics she kept using when we were discussing ego and the baggage. No, I want you to notice that. She also thought it wasn't a fact that women like bums when they go through their whole phase. I mean, just look at your best friend, your homegirl, your local chicks at your church, the girl on the block. If she has kids, 9 times out of 10, she has kids with a Pookie or Ray Ray type. Or as Nicole Michelle calls them, cute hobos. These niggas are just real handsome. They have nothing going for themselves. That's who they have babies by. That's not an assumption. That's a fact. That's a fact. Numbers prove that, because I think it's 22% of black men in dating age are single fathers. Compare that to the near 60% of black women are single mothers. That means that the single moms are circling around and sharing the bottom 20% of the dating pool. Those are your bums. Those are your bums. Okay, so that's not an assumption. That is a fact. You see it in media. You see it on social media. You see it locally in real life. I do want to add that she is not American. She speaks excellent English. But she is from Angola. So she's African. I want to put that out there, that she is African. Okay, she is not American. She wants to strip men of their ego, because ego is what drives a man. Feminists don't like men that are driven, because again, a man that is driven is a man that she cannot control. You notice how she kept bringing up ego? Ego was a real focal point for her in the conversation. That's because when she's dating someone, she can't date a man with a big ego, like I said before. Also notice she kept bringing up patriarchy, male privilege, and equality. And fellas, I want you to understand that these women, they do not truly want equality. We were on social media not too long ago. They were complaining about the Adele divorce. And feminists were now complaining that the husband shouldn't get a dime because he's a man. But they're sitting up screaming about equality. They don't truly want equality. They want supremacy. Let me say that again. These feminists do not truly want equality. They want supremacy. They want to be able to dominate men and control the society and dominate the society. That's their goal. That's why she kept bringing up patriarchy, male privilege, equality. What privilege does a black man have? What privilege does a black man have? Honestly. And you want to know what's really funny about someone like her? Is you notice I told her here too, I told her tune would change, and it will change. Because she's a beautiful girl. She's gorgeous. She actually has pretty girl privilege. Remember Miss Ada Rose? Shout out to Ada Rose. She broke down what pretty girl privilege was on the show I had her on. This girl has pretty girl privilege. Her looks can unlock doors. I can only imagine. But instead of using that privilege, she's bought into this idea that these white feminists have told her is that equality would be better than submission, femininity, and her pretty girl privilege. But as she gets older and she becomes tired of being a work mule, and she's going to want that stay-at-home life and wants to be able to stay at home with her kids and care for her kids, her tune is going to change. Frank can attest to this. We have women that were former feminists in our inbox all the time asking questions on how they can be more feminine or how they can change, how they can attract men. 3-4 years ago, they were singing a different tune. But getting out there working like a man wears on you because you were not genetically built to do the same things men do. I want you to also notice how she had a really, really big problem with the word submission. Real big problem with that. A lot of these chicks, they want to be able to do what they want to do and they don't want to be shamed. That's why she had a really big problem with the word hoe phase and submission. Because truth be told, and I couldn't mention this in the interview, and I meant to make this point, but she wasn't done making hers. Women don't have the emotional fortitude to be out here hoeing and playing around in the streets for an extended period of time. Because women bond through sex. Let me say that again. Women bond through sex. And the ones that don't are very masculine. These women operate in their masculine energy, as Nicole Michelle would say. Chicks that can just smash you and not get attached, those are very masculine women. You don't want to deal with chicks like that because they won't cooperate. As a man who is looking for a qualified partner, a qualified woman to be his wife, then you're going to look for two things. You want to look for a woman that's going to respect you. And after that, you're going to look for a woman that is going to cooperate. You should be looking as a man for a woman who is going to fully cooperate with your program. She's not going to be over here belittling you, talking about your ego's too big, talking about patriarchy, talking about male privilege. She want to be equal to you. No. She's going to get with your program. She's going to be down with your program. And she's going to cooperate and respect you as a man in male leadership. These chicks have no problem going on a job and submitting to their white boss. These feminists do. They submit every day. They submit to their white bosses. But they want to come home to you and talk this feminism crap. Because they don't want to have to submit to you as the leader of the home. This is why I tell you don't date chicks that do 50-50. Do you see how she says, I have to insist on paying for the date? You see how she said that? And what did I tell you in that last video? I said chicks that do 50-50 are chicks you want to avoid. See, this is what a lot of these dusty, goofy niggas that are always co-signing the 50-50 jump, they're not telling you that women that are pro 50-50 are also pro-feminist. I just had a feminist on this program that proved to you guys that these chicks that are all for the 50-50 and splitting rent and splitting bills, they have feminist ideology. A woman does not respect a man she has to split the bills with. She just said it. Because again, she wants equality. And equality to her means supremacy. She wants to dominate you. She wants to manipulate you. So all these folks that come on my post on Facebook talking about some, a woman needs to help out and she needs to, get off her behind and help pay some bills. This is the flip side they don't tell you. All the married men that come on my post arguing with me, talking about I split bills and I split rent with my wife. This is what they don't tell you, that their wives have a feminist mindset and she's in the house emasculating and dominating him. This girl just basically told you she insists on 50-50 and she is an open and proud feminist. So, and last but not least, I thought this was funny. She brought up black women being the most educated group in the country. And I immediately shut that down and told her that you're also the poorest group in the country. And after I said that, and I ended up telling her, see, they bought into this con game with the feminists, the white feminists. They don't buy into that con game. And them same white feminists they listen to and love so much, they went right into them polls and put Donald Trump in office. And they go right home. They go home and submit to their white husbands. I thought that was really funny. They go right home. You sitting up talking about, yeah, fight the power, sister. And she's like, yeah, fight the power, Sharkeisha. She go right home to her husband, submit to her husband, fix him dinner, rub his back, do her wifely duties, and then go to the polls and put Donald Trump in office. That's why he gonna win in 2022, because those women, they are attracted to alpha men. They understand that in order for them to survive, they need patriarchy and alpha men. But I have rambled on long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. That was it. That was the conversation there. If you have any comments or anything to add to the conversation, leave them in the comments below. Leave them in the live chat. This will be a premiere, so I'll be in the chat chopping it up with you guys. And again, just leave comments below. I wanted to show this conversation to the brothers and the sisters that are listening. I want you guys to know, when I'm on the mic and I'm talking, I'm not just talking out of my behind. I'm not just up here giving the game or just because. I'm not guessing my way through this. I know what I'm talking about. And I just had this feminist prove every point I made about them in my previous video. She proved every last one. This sister is looking to emasculate her man. She's not looking to uplift him or be a helpmeet. She's looking to dominate and control. These type of chicks, if they get mad enough at you, they'll call the police on you, knowing that in the United States, we live in a police state. And these cops will pull up on you. They shoot first, ask questions later. That's the kind of thinking a lot of these feminists have. So I just wanted to show you guys that, again, these women do not desire equality. They desire manipulation, control, and supremacy. That's exactly what they're looking for. So I hope this video finds everyone well. Again, if you're new here, welcome to Ultimate Black Man Radio. Me and my brother Frank, we got some excellent content coming your way. If you can, again, do me one huge favor before we get off of here. I want you to hit the like button so we can get this up into the YouTube algorithm. I'd also like for you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live and upload new content. Guys, it's been a blast. I'm gonna get off of here because I've rambled on long enough. I hope that you all are doing very well during this COVID-19 crisis, aka the toilet paper shortage of 2020. Ashe, God bless, and we'll see you next time.